Okay, clearly these two tables have the plague. And I am recording myself, not you guys, I'm recording myself for Tony Prickett, who is our national trainer. And I have to submit videos and whatnot because I'm co-training with Dr. Wall and whatnot, so please don't let that bother you. It is pointed at me, not at you. And if I were to move it, I would let you know and I would have you sign a waiver. I would not do that. I would not do that. I know it's after school and everyone is exhausted after school and there's so much going on, but I do appreciate you coming today. We really want to kick off the conversation about phonics instruction in our building. And if you'll remember, just recently, you all took a survey about what would you most need to help with your instruction in the classroom indefinitely. And we knew this would happen, but two topics came to the top: phonics and handwriting. And we're definitely going to merge, walk, I don't know, down both of those paths, but one path at a time. Not meaning that we're not going to have the conversation this year about next year and the years following, but one conversation today. All right, so that's why we're here today. Thanks for coming. And I also know that there are people that wanted to come that just couldn't come today, and there just really isn't a whole lot of other time, except for early in the morning, and that's not very popular either. So this meeting is going to be dialogue only. If you'll remember, dialogue means we are going to talk, we're going to explore, we're going to dig deep about thoughts, but zero decisions will be made. So please take that worry or that pressure of, oh, we have to have a product, or we have to have a decision, or something has to move forward. No, to here, right here, ladies. Right here is a beautiful spot. Decisions are not being made. Before we can make decisions, we really have to know where we're at and what we're thinking. Just like any topic on earth, we can put a topic out there and every single person has a different idea of what that means, what it means to them personally, and the conversation, right here, the conversations that they've had. Come on in, thanks for coming. And the experiences they've had bring them to those conclusions. And if we don't understand where we all stand on a topic, then it's very difficult to move forward. So your agenda is actually on your table. It's just a little half sheet. We're going to kick off with a little I'm bursting activity. Then we're going to go straight into a structure called the assumptions wall. And then we're going to do some reflection. We're not going to take a whole lot of time. We're just going to move through those steps and then talk about what our next steps would be. So with that being said, I'm bursting to tell you we need a chance to get our voices. It's okay, you have already had some, that's okay. I'm bursting to eat them. In just a moment, you're going to pick up 1 or 2 or 3 starbursts, but one will be your talking point. And I will have you get up and you will converse with another person not at your table, And if you have a pinkish, because there's 2 kinds of pink, there's a light pink and a darker pink, so pinkish, you will talk about a goal you have currently. It doesn't have to be a school goal, it can be a personal goal, all right? If you have orange, something no one knows about you. Something no one knows about you. What?
People will know.
Well, it's not, I didn't say tell a secret, I said something no one knows. Like, I have a huge fear of cats. It's not a secret, but you probably didn't know. If you have a yellow, a celebration you have, again, professional, personal, doesn't matter. And red, something you have on your bucket list. So again, you'll have a starburst, you'll get up, you'll partner up with anyone you want, not at your table, and you'll share each other's bursting moment. What questions can I answer for you before you get started? If you can't find a partner, come to the land of the singles, and we'll get you hooked up. All right, get your starburst and go.
My goal after school.
Hello. We just get to eat.
Yes, just not at your table.
And then I'm like, well, I have, well, and I get like 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks. And they're going to try to get a sub in. And if I go through, I I already know my guys are really into
That's why you wanted to fight
I'm like, all right. I'm hoping I at least get that.
All right, if you'll take about 30 more seconds and head back to your seat. Well, we go back.
We go back.
I have a good goal. If you need more Starburst at this table.
I know, a icebreaker.
Guess what?
All right.
Everything is scattered over.
Thank you for coming back. Before we get started in our strategy called Assumptions Wall, we want to refer back to our powerful P's. And we have 7 norms of collaboration. They live on the wall over here. They all start with P, but today we definitely want to keep in mind pausing. And remember, way back when we talked about the power of a pause, because when we pause, we're saying, I care about what I'm going to say back, so I'm formulating an answer. Or after someone has said something to us and we are responding, or someone has asked us a question, we pause to say, I really want to make sure I'm capturing my thoughts in my head. So don't forget the power of pause, and it's okay to have a moment of silence. It's all right. Paraphrasing. Remember that if we do not paraphrase, if we do not say in short snippets what someone is saying to us, then we may check off and say, I know what they're thinking, or I get it, or I'm with them, and we really do not know. If we paraphrase and then the person signs off and says, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, and then they'll give us more, or they'll go deeper, and then we understand better. Or they can say, no, what I meant was, and then they explain, but you don't walk away confused, or you don't walk away with the misinterpreted information, and then it can cause trouble later. Posing questions. We definitely want to pose questions today, especially because we're exploring thinking. We want to get under, yeah, we want a new phonics program, or we want to look at possible phonics resources, but why? And what do we want with those? We have to get under just the want. And of course, presume positive intentions. We're all here because we care about children, we care about how we systematically work through phonics, and we care about each other because we're in this together. Anytime we look at new resources or implement anything new or make any kind of change, we need each other to be able to move forward. So we're going to work through a strategy called the Assumptions Wall, and a few of you have been through the Assumptions Wall, one of you at least twice. And what are we doing? It's a facilitation strategy, and again, it's for exploring and discovering, because that's why we're here today. We're exploring and discovering, not making decisions, okay? So that's the what and the why. We're using the Assumptions Wall today with phonics because we want to promote dialogue. We need that back and forth. We need the paraphrasing. We need to understand where we stand on phonics. It surfaces underlying assumptions. There are reasons that we do the things we do. There are reasons that we act the way we act. And many times we go all day long, or all year long, or several years long without knowing the true meaning behind the decisions that we make or the actions that we take. And then of course, full participation. We want everyone's thinking out. Everyone will be able to contribute today. All right, so to kick it off, step 1 in Assumptions Wall will be some silent reflective journal writing time. So in just a moment, you will have a piece of paper for you to be able to journal. It will be completely silent. All your own thoughts, doesn't have to have flow, it doesn't have to be grammatically correct, jot thoughts, partial sentences. It's not a dissertation, just notes about your feelings with phonics instruction, your assumptions, your feelings about K2 phonics instruction. Okay, we're going to do that for about 5 minutes. Okay, on your paper, you will find half sheets. If you flip them over, that is your journal writing piece. Again, these are your own thoughts. It will be silent time for you to write everything you want about phonics and your assumptions of phonics. What can I answer for you before you get started? Have guys pulled up extra chairs to your table. Is it being collected? No, this is yours. Diary journal, not mine. All you. Okay, please write. stop